Hello, friends. I am happy to announce that we can begin to return to an in-person service this weekend. This does not mean that the pandemic is over. We're not going to be going back to just the way things were before all of this started. We're going to be making a few changes to make sure that we are all safe, and it's going to be important for us to respect other people and the way that they feel most safe. So we are going to come together again, but things are going to look a little bit different, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video today. First, I want to say, if you are uncomfortable coming back to in-person services, that is totally fine. There's no judgment on anyone's part. If you don't want to come back and you're not comfortable, we will try to include you as much as possible in what we are going to be doing. If you do not feel well, even if it's not flu-like symptoms, please don't come. If you are not feeling well, please do not come to the service. Let's make sure we respect other people who might be a little bit hesitant to be around a lot of people. So if you don't feel well, stay home. Again, we'll try and include you as much as possible. And if hopefully this is obvious, if you've been exposed to someone who has COVID-19, please do not come. Wait it out, do your quarantine period, get tested, and then come join us once everything is in the clear. Those of you who do wish to join us this Sabbath, we will have kind of a hand washing station as you walk in. Please respect everyone and just wash your hands. It's not going to be a super difficult thing. You just throw some hand sanitizer on, wash your hands, make sure we're all staying safe. We're also going to be respecting people's distance. Okay, so where you sit in the church building, let's try and make sure we maintain some distance between people who live in the same house. Not between people who live in the same house, but between people who live in other houses, rather. And also, we know that contact with other human beings is how this particular virus spreads very rapidly. So we're going to refrain from shaking hands and hugging. I know that this is very difficult for us. For most of us, this is going to be a very difficult thing to do. And again, if this is something that you're just going to do anyways, then we would ask that you would do this at a different venue, so that when we are all here, there may be someone who's uncomfortable with shaking hands or giving hugs. And if we're all just shaking hands and giving hugs, then I may feel that I'm obligated to follow suit, even though it makes me uncomfortable. So let's try and respect those types of desires, those types of hesitancies, so that we are a welcoming place. So we're going to be as welcoming as possible, but also we're going to refrain from shaking hands, from hugging, and we will get to that point, right? Like this is gonna come in phases for us to get back to where we were, and this is just the first phase. And so we will get to a point where we can shake hands, where we can hug, where we can have normal contact, and it will be great. But for now, let's try and refrain from that, so that everyone can feel a little bit safer. That being said, we're also not going to be having potluck for the time being, to be able to limit the amount of contact that we're having with other people. So we're excited to be able to come together. It is going to look different, so please be patient with us as we navigate these changes, as we try and make people feel safe and comfortable in our worship space. And also, if you have gotten used to attending a live stream in a certain manner, please don't feel like you have to burden yourself to do something different. If you don't feel like getting dressed up, then please don't get dressed up. I will probably continue to wear a button-up short-sleeve shirt if that makes you change the way that what you would wear. Please don't burden yourself with what you're going to wear, the clothes you're going to wear. We're simply coming together to be able to worship together in the same physical space. So we are excited about this. Again, it's going to look different. Please be patient with us, but we will move forward, and we will get to come together to worship. So if you are comfortable, then please come and join us this Sabbath. We will be having a Sabbath school, and we'll be having a worship service, and we'll get a time to come together again. And I'm excited to see all of those faces. I'm excited to hear your voices. And so I will see you on Sabbath. And if you're not comfortable, then we will find a way to engage with you as we gather together. See you on Sabbath.